Hello, how are you? I am Diego Aguinsaca, and today I am here to present all the details about this beautiful machine, the FORZA SCANOR. I am in Saltillo, Coahuila in Mexico. From here, I will first show you the factory of one of our clients who purchased this equipment. The company is called FAE, and they specialize in everything related to cutting, bending, deep drawing, and also foundries. Today, I'm going to show you the startup of this machine so you can see the details, how it turns on, how it cuts, and so on. How it moves, and most importantly, its main features. Well, here we have the peripherals, and the first thing I'm going to do is turn on the stabilizer. Ready? Our machines can be configured for 440 or 220 volts, depending on what the plant where we'll be installing them uses. In this case, we're working with 440 here. It has a regulation system and a stabilization system. These components are super important for maintaining energy stability. What often happens in Latin America is power surges or voltage drops. So this keeps the machine protected. Over here, we have the laser source, which is the heart of the machine. This source in this case is 6,000 watts and is what allows the equipment to make the cut. Over here, lastly, we have the chiller. The chiller is a water cooling system. What it does is keep the machine, the source and the head at a constant temperature. Thanks to this chiller, the machine can operate 24/7, and that's something spectacular about laser because it doesn't require shutdown cycles, unlike plasma, which overheats and needs to be turned off every now and then. Here we can work 24/7 without any problem. And before turning on the machine, I want you to join me at the back. Here, I am going to open it before turning on the machine to be able to check the electrical part, since it has a safety system. Once I turn on the main switch, I won't be able to open it. Here we have the main components. We have the servo motor controllers. We have the entire electrical line, which is from Schneider, a French brand. We also have the FORZA play controller, Urban. The nature of it is that air conditioning keeps it cool so it can work 24/7 without overheating. Alright, once it's closed, now we'll turn it on. And what I do is turn on the electrical part, then the servo line, and finally the internal light of the machine that has internal lights for better visualization. The next thing I do is open our FORZA Press software, play, and here I'm going to pause because this is super important. One of the biggest challenges in laser technology is the parameterization. Find out the exact values of pressure, speed, nozzles, and focus. There are really more than 10 suitable parameters. They influence a good quality cut. So sometimes there are clients who import machines and it takes them months to achieve a good cut. Here, the ease of having our FORZA Play and the parameters online, we can download them from the page library.com. So what the user basically does is select the material and thickness, and all those settings are done automatically. This software has two screens, one for control. Here, I can basically perform any function, arrange the drawings, vectors, or pieces I am going to cut, and at the top we have a monitoring system with two cameras. One system of bed exchange, which is one of the main features. Now I'm going to click so you can see it. I click on switch or change, and here, well, I can check both inside and the back how the beds are changing. This process is automatic, and we are mostly checking to ensure there are no operators, so no accidents occur. Bed exchange system, that's one of the key features. Now I'll click it so you can see it. I click on switch or change, yes, and here, well, I can check both the internal and rear parts as the beds are being swapped. This process is automatic, and basically we are just verifying so that no operator is around and an accident occurs. And this feature allows me to save a lot of time. The machine is working here, and an operator or several operators will be loading or unloading the next piece to be processed. This helps me drastically reduce time. And the second of the most important features of this equipment is that it has a closed cabin. As you can see, the entire area is covered. This serves several purposes. The first is to ensure a closed cabin, a smoke or gas extraction system that works efficiently. Well, I'm going to go in here because this video is about checking the equipment from the inside. So as you can see, the entire machine is completely enclosed. This helps ensure that all the gases generated here are expelled through a specific diameter. Even when the bed is going to be changed, there is a pneumatic door that opens only for the exchange and then closes again to keep the entire area enclosed. This is not only for smoke extraction. These machines are also generally made to cut thick plates. Thick plates produce a lot of sparks. Thus, having the area enclosed while cutting will protect the operator from any sparks or splashes. So another benefit of having a closed cabin. Over here, we have the extraction system. This has a plastic duct that runs underneath the machine, and it extracts all the smoke to the outside. Well, over here we have the duct that goes all the way up. There is the camera where the operator at the front can see if we are working here, and when the job is done, the bed changes automatically. This one comes in and the one inside goes out to continue the process. And over here we have the oxygen. As you know, and here's a reminder, laser cutting uses a support gas depending on the material. We use oxygen to cut black steel or generally for hot cutting because oxygen enhances combustion. And we use nitrogen or compressed air when we are working with stainless steels or other materials, as well as thin plates of black steel. In this case, here we have the pneumatic line. The compressor is not here. We'll be working with compressed air. So, well, the compressor is in another room, and I want you to come with me to see the compressor that supplies it. It not only helps with cutting, but also powers the pneumatic systems of the equipment. Let's go. This is the compressor that powers the FORZA SCANOR's 6,000 watts. It is a compressor that gives us up to 20 bar of pressure. Laser cutting generally requires special air to carry out the cut, which should mainly have three characteristics. It should maintain stable pressure with no fluctuations, otherwise we'll see differences in the cut. It should be high pressure to help remove dross and achieve a clean cut. And number three, have a very good air quality. A double tank. It is a 4-in-1 compressor. We have the dryer, the filters, the compressor, and everything works automatically. Over here we have a line that goes directly to the machine, and I know you're eager to see it in action, but let's go over the final features first. Speed, I'm going to move it at a speed of 100 meters per minute. We're moving 3 meters, which is the distance from the back to the front, and look how fast it's done. Really spectacular. At 100 meters per minute, we are moving it. Maintaining that speed, it does not lose precision. It can achieve a precision of 0.1 millimeters of movement. This is equivalent to the thickness of a human hair, and that's the quality, the precision that this machine offers. 1/10 of a millimeter of movement. This is equivalent to the thickness of a human hair, and that is the quality and precision this machine has. This machine measures 1.5 meters in width. Because hindi by 3 meters long, it basically has two beds. This one that is always working inside the area, and the one we have at the back where we will be loading and unloading. It has two beds, 1.5 meters by 3 meters, but we can make it up to 2.5 meters wide and beds up to 12 meters. That's right, two beds of 12 meters. That is the maximum size we can manufacture in this same model. Speaking of power, we have this machine equipped with 6,000 watts, which can cut up to 1 inch in black steel and 16 millimeters of stainless steel. But it can be equipped with up to 60,000 watts, which will allow us to cut more than 3 inches. Massive gate that opens and closes automatically to allow the bed exchange. Once it reaches its final position, the gate closes automatically and the software informs me that the beds have been exchanged. It even limits movement when I attempt to perform any action during the bed exchange process, ensuring I can't proceed with anything else. The door closes automatically and the software tells me that they have changed. Even when I try to perform any action during the bed exchange process, it won't let me do it manually because I want to show you another feature that I love. I'm doing it at a slow speed so you can see the part at the bottom of the machine. This is a machine that has been operating for several months. This machine is segmented to efficiently perform extraction. It has pneumatic flaps that shift depending on the machine's position. Pneumatic doors that switch based on the machine's position. For example, if the machine is at the back, in this spot, they will be extracting a gate on the left and right side, but only in this area. If the head is positioned here, 2 gates open here, and if it's in the front, another 2 gates open. These gates operate automatically and drastically improve the extraction system. It becomes very efficient. Now, we have deactivated the security system for the machine because it does not move or make any changes while the door is closed. Just for today, we've deactivated this sensor to show you some other things inside. Other small but important features, especially the lamp, which I absolutely love because it indicates the machine's status. For example, it's green when it's moving, yellow when it's paused, and if there's any alarm limiting its operation, like when I turn off the chiller, I see it turns red, which basically means the equipment cannot be operated until that alarm is cleared. And of course, other technological features that our laser machinery has, such as smart focus technology, which allows me to cut even when the sheets are bent, maintaining a constant distance. The Find Edge feature lets me recognize the edges of a sheet to precisely position my vectors or designs and save material. Also, an autofocus function. Trajectory automation avoids obstacles, and if a piece were to detach and hit the head, the machine marking technology, which not only allows me to cut, but also to mark or engrave. This is very useful when I am going to do post-processing like bending or stamping. And that's all for today, going over the details of this beautiful engine. A beautiful piece of equipment, a machine with a closed cabinet and interchangeable bed. I'm sure you might have questions, so please feel free to leave them in the comments. We also have more videos about this machine, the presentation, some challenges for you to see it cut and work up close. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.